Hi, I'm David Sawyer, and you're watching the East's Daily Download.
This is the East Daily Download. This is the East Daily Download. This is the East Daily Download. That's right. This is the East Daily Download.
So let's get started.
Oh, hello, welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East. Sorry, I was checking my phone because I got a news alert from the WNCT Not On Your Side mobile app. So I thought this might be an interesting opportunity, not interesting, but just good opportunity, to spend a little bit of time talking about WNCT Not On Your Side news. Why? Because it's a great resource for local news and weather across eastern North Carolina. And we have this beautiful graphic here, thank you Ashley, with our anchor team for the 5 o'clock news: Brian Bailey, sports director; Ken Watlington, anchor; Angie Casada, anchor; and Jerry Jackson, chief meteorologist from Storm Team 9. I've been trying to get Jerry and Bailey on the show, so now I finally got them, but they're a graphic, not a real person sitting here, but I digress. We'll get to that later. Anyway, mobile app is a great resource. And you know, funny thing about it is also on the mobile app, there's these daily downloads. So it's a little bit of, double promotion there, but it is new also. The mobile app for WNCT Not On Your Side just was updated. So if you haven't recently run an update on it. It'll be a whole new look. It's really cool. It's slick. It's sleek. It looks nice. And look, I just happened to look down. I see local video, East Daily Download, Wednesday, March 10th, an episode from March 10th, so a couple weeks ago. So that's interesting. Oh, when we did mini golf, so that's cool. But anyway, we're not here to talk about us. We're here to talk about them and what they can do to help all of us in the community. More on that to come. First, let's jump in, check out this story, and we'll be back here in a little bit on the East Daily Download.
There are 4 different types of thunderstorms: single-cell thunderstorms, multi-cell, squall line, and supercell thunderstorms. This week, let's talk about the most dangerous type of thunderstorm, a supercell. Not only are they rare, but they are also huge weather systems. For example, check out this diagram of a textbook supercell thunderstorm and the seemingly small tornado formed beneath it. Kinda scary if you put it in perspective. A basic supercell contains an anvil stretching across the sky with overshooting cloud tops. Bulky cumulus clouds make up the core of the storm with a flanking line to the side. Rain and/or hail is falling at the bottom with a wall cloud stretching across. In order for a supercell to form, basic thunderstorm formation must take place. Warm air at the surface rises because it is less dense than surrounding air. This constant motion creates an updraft. As warm, moist air rises, it cools, condenses, and then eventually freezes into ice crystals, forming a storm cloud. Charges within the storm begin to interact with one another, resulting in lightning and then eventually thunder. A supercell forms once it collides and combines with upper-level winds. This formation is known as a mesocyclone. Mesocyclones form tornadoes at the base of a storm. Supercell thunderstorms have the potential to last for multiple hours and are most commonly found in the central plains of the United States as well as the southeast. These superstorms are the culprit of creating some of the largest and most damaging tornadoes ever recorded. That's all for now. I'm meteorologist Jordan Jenna. Thanks for tuning in.
Storm Team 9 actually has a history here at WNCT.
Storm Team 9.
Storm Team 9 on your side, because the term storm means just that. We're dedicated, especially when that weather is a threat.
It's our job to predict the unpredictable.
Tornado potential. It brings to light the decades of your service to eastern North Carolina.
It's our way of saying we will do everything we can to make the weather simple, easily accessible, and above all, timely.
We're here, and we're going to be there for our viewers.
Is a storyline idea. We'll do a backyard wrestling match. Bryce, have you not figured out something key to the show yet? We're not dealing in the realm of believability. We're dealing with the realm of absurdity.
It's a good outtake.
That's a weird thing to say. Or you could do this. So Jerry, what's the weather going to be like today? Yesterday we were outside for celebration of spring or spring celebration, but today we're inside. So what's it going to be like tomorrow? Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download. Just talking to my friend Jerry Jackson, the chief meteorologist of WNCT 9 on Your Side News and Storm Team 9. Okay, I wasn't really talking to him because he's a graphic here on the screen, but Brian Bailey, Ken Watlington, Angie Casada, and Jerry Jackson bring you the news at 5 o'clock. That's the point that I was trying to get to. And it's for anywhere across eastern North Carolina. So if you live in Jacksonville or New Bern or Washington, it doesn't matter. Kinston, wherever you are, they're there for you. Out in the field reporting on a daily basis, bringing you great local stories that affect all of us, whether it's, property taxes, COVID-19, how it affects us here in the East, medical, government, whatever it is, they've got the story covered. And we're in Jacksonville. We have the studio in Jacksonville. We have reporters in Jacksonville bringing you stories from Jacksonville and the surrounding area, Morehead City, whatnot. Okay, so I'm just trying to really emphasize the point. Your local news is important. There's options. We know that. We would appreciate if you check 5 o'clock out here with this team because they will work every day to earn your trust, which is the key. I sound like I'm the marketing director, don't I, of the station? He's a crazy guy. You'd like him. Anyway, why don't we jump back into the stories, and we'll be back here in a little bit on the East Daily Download.
We are back with Kim Butts, the local produce safety coordinator for the Carolina Farm Stewardship Association, where they offer good agricultural practices, consulting, and training. So Kim, tell me the history of this program and how it was made possible.
Sure. So GAP came around in around 2002, and it was in response to the FDA's 1998 microbial food safety hazards for fruits and vegetables. And it was basically put together to come up with an audit standard to be in compliance with that program. Then around 2009, there was an initiative formed to produce a harmonized audit. What had happened is there were so many audits out there, and they wanted to harmonize it so that there was one standard for everybody to follow. So that happened in 2009, and that was in collaboration with United Fresh, buyers, growers, the USDA, AMS, government agencies, and audit organizations. So they rolled out Harmonized GAP in 2011, and that set the standard for one audit for all farms. So USDA GAP is all size farms, all produce, and it's basically aimed at prevention rather than remediation.
Thank you, Kim. And you can learn more about CFSA by visiting carolinafarmstewards.org or by connecting with them on social media. And don't forget to thank a farmer today. For the North Carolina Farm Report, I'm Ariana Kraft.
Welcome back. You know what this is? It's a trick question. Of course you know what this is. It's a remote control for a TV. Well, you know what? Not everybody uses a TV these days. Some people use a laptop or a desktop or a phone to watch your local news. Quick note, if you do watch your news online, WNCT.com is where you want to go. It has all your local stories, Storm Team 9 weather. They also have live eye cameras, so you can check out the weather in different areas across eastern North Carolina. That's another good feature. But I highly recommend it. Also, just a side note, there is a tab that says download. You go to that and you can watch this show, any episode you want. So just a quick plug for the East Daily Download. But anyway, back to this. Remote control, go to your TV, click to WNCT-9 on your side at 5 o'clock. They're also a 5:30 and a 6 o'clock news, and also a 10 o'clock on Eastern North Carolina CW and an 11 o'clock. So if 11 is too late for you, check it out on CW and Eastern North Carolina CW at 10. If you want to stay up till 11 and then check out Colbert afterwards, and then Corden, and then overnight, it's a whole thing. And then wake up the next morning with the 9-inch side morning edition. Okay, I'm jumping down the rabbit hole here. The point is, good stuff, news, 5 o'clock weekdays, WNCT-9 on your side, so check it out. Okay, why don't we jump back in and check out this next story.
Sir, have you spoken to your brother since the interview?
No, I haven't spoken yet, but I will do.
It's the first on-camera comment from a senior royal since Prince Harry and his wife Meghan exposed claims of racism in the royal family.
The royal family a racist family, sir?
No, we're very much not a racist family.
The denial comes several days after Harry and Meghan told Oprah someone in the royal family was concerned about what color their unborn son Archie's skin would be.
How dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
The Queen issued a statement from Buckingham Palace on Tuesday saying the race allegations are concerning and will be addressed by the royal family privately.
That conversation.
Prince Harry told Oprah the racist remark did not come from Queen Elizabeth or her 99-year-old husband, Prince Philip, who remains in a London hospital after a heart procedure.
But it leaves a big question mark over other members of the family, and very senior members of the family. So it's a very serious charge.
Prince Harry also accused UK tabloids of bigotry and creating a toxic environment of control and fear.
This is an unworkable...
A group of female British lawmakers says the powerful paper should be held accountable for attacking Meghan.
There's a real sense that she was an outsider, that she wasn't good enough for our royal family.
The politicians are expected to demand a royal reckoning, calling for a public debate on racism in the media at Britain's Houses of Parliament. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
All the rain having to push towards the coast just enhances that flooding threat. So even as the waters retreat a little bit, in the days to come that may be dry, you could still see some additional rises because all that water has to make its way to the coast.
Wow, and that's the thing that I think most people don't realize, because the rain might not seem that extreme, but then days later, that's when the flooding happens.
That's
or
right.
even for Hurricane Dorian, one of the hurricanes that I experienced here, my first hurricane, there was not that much flooding on the Tar River. So it's like you can't go off of really the type of storm and think that that's going to mean something in terms of the flooding.
Yeah, that's so important to note too, I think, because every system is different. Every hurricane is different. Every tropical storm is different. And some produce major flooding and some do not. And Dorian did not. It did produce flooding, yes, but more of a minor fashion as opposed to moderate or major flood stage along that is many waterways. One important thing to note too with Hurricane Dorian is the flooding along the waterways not as evident, but the storm surge in Ocracoke Island. So that was just devastating, and it happened in an instant, but it still falls under that category of flooding. Storm surge is just water rising at a rapid clip and then surging onto land. And sometimes in Ocracoke's case during Hurricane Dorian, the water was 7-8 feet above normal ground level. So when that comes in that quick, you're talking about a major flooding situation and sometimes thousands or millions of dollars worth of damage.
And I know there was different resources to aid them during that rough time. Now bringing it back to Greenville and the town commons, something else I noticed, that walkway there, I was really not expecting that to get so high. Could you talk maybe about some facts on how high during this last time did that flooding get?
Yeah, it's a really good question because we don't usually see the Tar River reaching major flood stage at all, let alone during our dry season. winter. So it has reached major flood stage twice already in East since November. That's incredible. I've only been here for 2 years, but they have data at the National Weather Service sourcing how high the river has been in the past, and we've cracked the top 5 river levels just since November. 2 of them have made the top 5 list since November.
Hey everyone, it's Angie Casada here for Q&A with AQ, where you, the viewers, get to send in some awesome questions and I have the honor of answering them. So this is just a quick message to encourage you guys to send your questions at download@WNCT.com. And who knows, maybe your question might be on air on the East Daily Download in the morning. So make sure you guys send those questions in. Again, that's download@WNCT.com.
Is a ridiculous promotional announcement from Eastern North Carolina CW. Get ready for big laughs because we've assembled the funniest sitcoms of all time for you, Bob's Burgers.
It's Belcher against Belcher.
Whenever I'm hungry for laughs, I just put some Bob's Burgers on and I'm like all better.
Now this priceless masterpiece is yours free.
Whenever I'm hungry, Bob's Burgers is all I need.
Act now and you'll also receive Family Guy absolutely free.
Let's do that! Yeah!
A Family Guy is a classic. I love when Peter fights a chicken. It's ridiculous.
Crazy. I don't quite get it, but I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty funny.
If you act right now, this set of shows won't set you back a month's salary. You'll get them for free.
It's unlimited hours of laughter and fun made available to you.
The greatest sitcoms of all time on Eastern North Carolina CW. This offer is not available in stores.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the East Daily Download. Special shout out today to Melissa Brittner, super fan of the show, who has literally liked every single post on our Facebook page, and there's a lot of them. So thank you, Melissa, for being a loyal and avid fan of the East Daily Download. We appreciate it. And we'll be sending more shout outs to you great viewers of the show. We appreciate all of you. We have a lot to get to, so stay tuned. Also, I want to quickly mention, we've been talking about the 5 o'clock news today. Don't forget, 5 o'clock today, you can watch WNCT 9 Side News. Ken Watlington, Angie Casada, Jerry Jackson, and Brian Bailey. Great team, great coverage. Okay, one other quick thing I wanted to mention before we got out of here today. We have a podcast network. Now, the East Daily Download, as of yet, does not have a podcast, but now that I think about it, we probably should get on that. But one of the things we do, we have a sports podcast, and another cool podcast that we've got is What the Politics. Victoria and Emily do this weekly. They talk to political guests, talk about issues of politics. It's been going for a few months now. It's getting a real traction behind it and a lot more listeners. So check it out, download it wherever you get your podcast, and give it a listen. They do a great job, and they really care about the subject matter. I want to bring you a great show every week, just like we do here on the East Daily Download. Okay, those plugs are aside. So I'm going to say have a great day. Why don't we meet back here again in like 23 and a half hours and do it again? Sound like a plan? Okay, I'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody. On the next East Daily Download, I will see you. Bye-bye.
Thursday on the East Daily Download, we'll have an East Daily Download original story, and we'll say hello to Alexa from the Down East Wood Ducks. That's Thursday here on the East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.